Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you are all doing well. I really do hope that, friends. Now, Chelsea are playing Liverpool, a big banger, sensational football match that I believe we are all excited for. Two title contenders. Ooh, both only made one signing in the summer, unlike these other Manchester clubs. Actually, I'm pretty sure City have only signed Grealish so far. Anyway, I digress. We're going to talk about the game today a little bit, and we're going to go over how I think things could go. Thomas Tuchel has done his press conference, and very interesting indeed. He basically spoke about Romelu Lukaku, how he expects more from him. He actually did comment on Kurt Zouma and was very honest and says, yes, there are negotiations going on between Chelsea and West Ham for the transfer of Kurt Zouma, which was pleasing to hear. Interestingly, he said he went to France for a family issue. Which is weird, because if he said, maybe it wasn't a medical in Paris. Maybe that's what journalists just assumed because he was over in France and it got lost in translation, and then really it was a family issue, possibly, because I can't imagine Tuchel would be, if he's going to be really honest about the negotiations, then he could be like, yeah, he did a medical just in case it goes through. So that's very, very strange. Anyway, we're going to talk about the game a little bit. Do subscribe. I haven't got my subscribe widget on this screen yet. I've had to reset my OBS and change some stuff. But consider subscribing, and please do drop a like. Tired, man. Drop a like on today's video to help me out on the dirty YouTube algorithm. Alright then, I'm going to show you what lineup I've built, and I'm not going to build it live like I usually do. I'm going to show you what I've already made, and from there I'll sort of talk you through why I've made those choices, and then we can talk about the game a little bit more and how this is going to go down. Let's have a go at this. Oh, this thing is still laggy. I really need to fix that. I've been trying. Here we go. I've gone for a 3-4-1-2. Or a 3-5-2, you could say, depending on how you talk about your formations. In goal, of course, it's going to be Edu Mendy, UEFA Champions League Men's Goalkeeper of the Year. This is obviously being built on foothead.com, so it's the FIFA cards, as you can imagine. Edouard Mendy would be getting you'd think he'd be getting an upgraded card very, very soon, because hot dog, he deserves it. Now, with the back three, I was really, really, really close to putting Thiago Silva in for this game, because he plays beautiful long diagonal passes. Manchester City. Liverpool, that's who we're talking about. Liverpool play a really high line, and if you have that kind of more quarterbacky player playing in the sweeper role in this middle centre-back spot, someone like Thiago Silva who can pass with both feet, long diagonals, that would kind of make a lot more sense. But the fact how we haven't seen him yet, and it's just dropping him into a start at Anfield, I do wonder. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw him. You know what? I'm just going to back myself. Hell, let's do it, guys. Let's replace him. I'm going to put Thiago Silva in. Thiago Silva. Because I've literally just talked myself into it. There he is. I would not be surprised at all if we saw Andreas Christensen, purely because continuity. I believe continuity is going to be important, and with that, I think he was going to turn to the seniority and experience of Cesar Azpilicueta at right centre-back. There he is. Big smiley captain. I think that makes sense. And of course, at the moment, for top tier performances, you can't look any further than Antonio Rudiger to play as a left centre-back. Right, so let's go right wing-back. I've selected Reece James. He looks like he can put balls on a plate for Romelu Lukaku, and with the security of someone like Cesar Azpilicueta behind him, I feel like we can afford to have a more mobile right wing back getting up and down, or certainly we need a more mobile right wing back getting up and down, rather than, I don't know, Trevor Chalobah at right centre back and Azpilicueta at right wing back. Who knows? It could be that, and Tuchel would probably have a reason for that. But for me, at the moment, I'm assuming we're going to need the mobility and engine of Reece James to get up and down on the right, with his immaculate service. Now, we haven't seen him yet, and he's been left out of the England squad, which is harsh. But Ben Chilwell, look at him with his 97 card. Ben Chilwell, the last time he played a competitive match of football, he was dropping an absolute masterclass in the Champions League final. And then he didn't get selected at all in Euros. Granted, Shaw was playing very well. And then he hasn't been picked at the beginning of this season and pre-season. Marcos Alonso has been playing very well. So you can understand why that makes it difficult. And, more power to Alonso for these wonderful performances. But, again, with the same theory of playing Reece James as right wing-back, you'd think Ben Chilwell would have to play left wing-back to get up and down. If it's going to be coming up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who likes to get forward, I have a feeling Marcos Alonso he obviously doesn't have the engine of Ben Chilwell, and Ben Chilwell also, his recovery to make defensive actions is better than Marcos Alonso. He doesn't quite have the height, and that makes more sense to play Alonso against like your Crystal Palaces, do you know what I mean? When they're going to be defending deep and you need a bit more of a sort of physical presence in there. So I feel like it makes a lot of sense to play Ben Chilwell, but at this point, don't be surprised if he doesn't, because he hasn't played any football. I'm just talking about what I'd do against this Liverpool team. Similarly, I think Jorginho has to start UEFA Men's Player of the Year, and Kante, if he's fit and if he's good to go. Kovacic is great, but for me, these are our two best midfielders on the roster at the moment to play that double six role. Unless, of course, Tuchel sees a particular weakness that I can't see in the Liverpool midfield. I think we've got a better midfield, and I think that consists of Gigante. No. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Mason Mount, I've put him as a false 9. And I feel like he'll be closer to the midfield. He can press from the front. And we all know how important he is to Thomas Tuchel. Like a couple of other players, he's sort of first name on the team sheet. And with that, I've made 2 forwards, 2 strikers, right striker, left striker, big man, little man, Romelu Lukaku, and Timo Werner, who are yet to see him play properly with Lukaku. Of course, Lukaku starts. I like him on that flank next to Reece James, right? Switching sides with Werner. And he played so well with a strike partner in Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan. Yes, of course, Kai Havertz is amazing, and he'll always have a place in this team as probably as a starting player most of the time. But when Chelsea are coming up against a Liverpool side with a very high line, and you want to try and run in behind, surely you got to play Timo Werner. He's run Liverpool ragged before. He can do it again. He also played very well off Poulsen, I think it was, at Leipzig. He never really was a lone striker. He liked to strike. Both Lukaku and Werner liked strike partners, and in each other, they should find their ideal partner, which makes a lot of sense to me. So Werner and Lukaku up front. Lukaku can turn with the ball, and he can make it stick. You can play it out to Werner, who runs in behind, or Reece James, or Chilwell, or Alonso can play in balls from the wide flanks. I think this is a very, very strong team, and it's, for me, certainly a strong enough team to beat a very, very good Liverpool, who I think they've have 2 wins as well. They've got Van Dijk at the back. They've got Matip. I saw some terrifying statistic that when Matip and Van Dijk have played together, they've only lost once, and that was Swansea 34 games ago. And they're at Anfield, so it's going to be very, very difficult indeed. It's going to be a battle of the coaches. I don't know who's favourites for this game, actually. If we're going to try and win the Premier League, you have to go to Anfield and win. Especially early doors, and maybe you can catch them cold a little bit. I know both Chelsea and Liverpool started very, very well, but maybe we can sort of catch them cold slightly. We're flying high, we're high in confidence, and I think we can do it. So I'm going to put a score prediction in now, which is very difficult. I think it is going to be a much more tight and tactical game, but I think we'll have joy getting in behind and hopefully exploiting space in behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. I know they've been playing Tsimikas, however you pronounce it. What's that big bang outside? So if Robertson comes back in, I'll actually feel confident, because again, needs to settle into the season. But I think we're going to probably concede a goal. But I also think we're going to win the game. Ooh, positive away at Anfield at title contenders in their own backyard. I think Chelsea are going to win 2-1. Let me know what you think. alterations to my predicted lineup, please do that, as well as giving me your score predictions down below. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you think, and I look forward to hearing from you. Sub if you're new, drop a like on your way out, team, unless you've already liked the video, of course, because then don't do it then, because you'd be unliking it. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.